2019 was obviously the highest point in your life, and you're floating on air, you're floating on cloud in a tournament where the very best in the world have come to compete. Everything is going right for you, and then came the suspension. What happened there? Because I was surprised when I first read it. I said, Shakib, no, I know him. What happened there? I mean, is there now that you have a time to reflect over it? You're far away from the game. Sometimes it's great to go away from the game. You sometimes reflect over what happened.
Yeah, I thought I took it too casually, the thing that happened. Of course, I don't want to discuss everything here on this platform, but when I met the anti-corruption guy and I told them, and they knows everything, gave them all the evidence, and they knows in and out what exactly happened. To be honest, that's the only reason I've been banned for a year. Otherwise, I would have banned for like 5 to 10 years. But I think that was a silly mistake I made, because with my experience and the amount of international matches I played, the amount of ICC anti-corruption code of conduct classes I took, I shouldn't make that decision, to be honest. So I regret to that, and I think no one should take those messages or calls lightly, or just leave it away. We tend to get thousands of calls and messages, and how many we remember. I can just only give you one example. The last time that guy messaged me, I replied to him, sorry, who is this I'm talking to? So I didn't even knew that who is this guy I'm talking to, and I talked to him 2 years back, 3 years back. So I never knew who was that guy at that time, and I didn't have his number at that time. So when they did their investigation, they knew these are the things, and then they understand the situation. But to be honest, no one should those things lightly and casually, and just say okay, leave it like that. Must inform to ICC anti-corruption guy to be on the safe side, and that's the lesson I learned. I think I learned a big lesson.
It's a costly lesson as well, but I'm very interested that you said sometimes we take things casually, because the life of an international cricketer is very interesting. You're always surrounded by people. Everyone wants to be with you all the time, and you're like a star sometimes. Well, most times you are a star. And so do you almost sometimes live in a bubble? Sometimes are you almost cut off from the normal world sometimes?
Sometimes I live in a bubble. To be honest, most of the time, but I'm surrounded some of the very good people I know, so that helped me a lot. But still, when the things are going in your way, you tend to live in those bubbles, and you tend to forget what might happen if I'm not take things seriously. And you realize that later when you miss the when you does those mistakes, and then you realize, oh, okay, I should have done that. I was living in dream, or living in all those bubbles, and I was just enjoying and I didn't took things seriously, and I took things lightly, and that big mistake I made.
The other word that a lot of athletes use afterwards is a feeling of being invincible. That I have done great things, I can't go wrong. I do most things in life that you have done so far. Almost everything in life you've done so far, you've done right. So do you sometimes get carried away into thinking everything I do will be right?
Yes, I think because you do most things right in your life, you tend to get the arrogancy into you sometime to take some decisions. Okay, this is what will happen. Nothing will happen. What's gonna happen? I'm not doing anything wrong, but you're doing things wrong by the books. Maybe not with your ethical thing or something like that, but if you have a rules and regulation, by that you are making some mistakes, but sometimes you tend to forget that. So that's what happened to me, and as I said, I took things lightly or casually, and I didn't pay any attention, and I never thought of course that never came true in my mind that I'll do something wrong. It just, okay, what's gonna happen, leave it, and I live my life. But that's the mistake I made, and that happens with some other players too, not players, and in some other people's life.
has that made you hungrier to come back? Because obviously a few of your fans, a lot of your fans would have been a little disappointed because you're a huge role model. I mean, I still remember the last time I came to Bangladesh, from the airport to the city, there was only one person on all the billboards, all the hoardings, there was only one person. So a lot of your fans would have been a little disappointed. Is there some feeling within you saying, you know what, I need to go back and deliver to my fans? Do you think like that sometimes, or do you just forget it's over?
This time and this situation, taught me things completely differently now. Previously, maybe I was playing for the country, for myself, my family, but now what I only think is what I can do to give them back. The people who have been supporting me last 12, 15 years, and they were disappointed the action I made, and how can I repay them and back them with some more. So that's the only mentality now I have.